Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Got Next Gaming. Your host, Emp One Way here with some Madden 17 coverage. This is a completely new video, new series, new whatever you want to call it. I had a crazy idea. I was working on one of my other series when Madden suddenly froze in the middle of me playing a game, and my PlayStation froze, and I had to restart everything, and it completely freaked me out. And I came back, and I was afraid to look at the save file to see how much was actually there. But while I was doing that, I suddenly had an idea. Why don't I go and do another fantasy draft team? But this time, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to draft quarterbacks. What happens if we only drafted quarterbacks throughout the entire process and not a single other player, only quarterbacks? Well, that's what we're going to try here. We're going to go into the draft right now. I'm using the Baltimore Ravens, and we're going to go ahead and make our first selection here in the draft of only quarterbacks. We're going to start with the top of the list and the number one quarterback on the list right now, and we're going to take Carson Palmer as our first pick here in the first round. So now in round number 2, we're going to make our second selection, and it's going to be, yes, a quarterback, Tony Romo. We're going to take him. He's an 87 overall. Why not, right? He's a great quarterback. And so on and so forth, folks. So looking at this here, we're going to go through, and we're just going to pick quarterbacks down the list, and it's exactly what I do. You can see we're in the 11th round now, coming into the 12th and 13th. And I am just picking quarterbacks. So a lot of the good top quarterbacks were already gone by the time it got down to me in my 20th pick. I think it was. I think I picked number 20 or whatever in the draft. So a lot of the quarterbacks were already gone. But I'm going through and now just picking the rest of the quarterbacks I possibly can. No really rhyme or reason to what I was doing or how I was doing it, except for a few. Like in this particular situation here, I passed up the top ones on the board and was kind of thinking a little strategy here. I saw Michael Vick sitting here. He's old, but he's got speed, and I think I can make him a wide receiver on the team. So he can actually go out there and catch because he's got some decent speed. Not great anymore, not like he was when he was younger, but definitely still has some decent speed and could serve a purpose in that regard. And I did that for a couple of the picks throughout here where I would pass up the guys that were sitting at the top of the list or maybe had a better overall for somebody I thought that would fit in a different spot. That would suit the team in different ways. So obviously, I'm not going to be able to take a team onto the field with just quarterbacks. I'm going to have to move them around and put them into other positions to be able to play a game, which is what I do. I actually take these quarterbacks and I put them into other positions and I sort them out and I put them into the game in different spots like wide receiver and tight end and on the line and on the defense and a cornerback and strong safeties and all of that stuff. So going through here, you're just going to see me continue to pick quarterbacks. I will tell you that as I got down to the later rounds, probably after like the 20th round or the 25th round, in all honesty, the names on the list, I weren't even recognizing any of these names here. I don't even know if they're real or not. But I was definitely trying to find bargain at this point. I was actually going through player cards to see what they looked like up and down, to see how they would fit the scheme that I was doing, as you can see here with this BJ Daniels guy. So he had speed and acceleration, good carrying, and good agility. He could possibly be our running back, maybe he'd be a great halfback for us. And yeah, so that's it. When the draft is over, and we now have 54 quarterbacks on our team, and they're all sitting there on the quarterback spot. You can see them go down the list there as they show in our depth chart. But now we're going to sit here and go through, and we're going to actually have to put these guys in position. So we're obviously going to leave Carson Palmer, who's the best quarterback we have, as the quarterback for sure. And not Tony Romo. I don't want my backup quarterback to be an 87. That'd be kind of a waste. I think we can kind of fit him into another spot where he might be more useful for us. So we'll have to go through and start editing these guys. And I took my time. I went through this painstakingly to see their other attributes, to see how they would fit in a scheme for me to make it make sense, to make these guys actually feasible to build a team with, to actually play a football game. And I'm going to do that later on in this video. I'm actually going to play a game with all quarterbacks on my team playing offense and defense. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let me tell you, it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. So I go through here, and I spent a good amount of time doing this, had to go through and actually edit the player and edit the position we're going to put him into. Tony Romo, I made him a tight end because I felt like that was a good fit for him there as a tight end based upon some of his attributes. And you can see here the other example I was talking about, Mike Vick. I think he would make a great wide receiver based upon his skill for speed and agility and everything else, and some of his other skills as well. He has good spin move, good jumping, good elusiveness, good toughness. Yeah, Gets injured a lot, but he could probably fit in nicely as a wide receiver for us. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This took a lot of time, folks. I went through here, the draft, editing all of these players into spots, looking through their attributes to see where they would fit best or seemingly fit best. Took me, no joke, about 2 hours to do. And then I played a game on top of it. And then I sat here and I edited all the footage so that it would kind of be relevant and not be completely boring where you're watching me pick 54 quarterbacks, which would have been a kind of a mess. Colin Kaepernick here, I put him in as my cornerback based upon, again, some of those skill set attributes that he had, thinking he would fit in pretty nicely in those situations. Brett Hundley, I'm sorry, 85 speed, 87 acceleration, 83 agility, 63 strength. We were going to try to figure out, based upon, like I said, the attributes, where these guys would fit best for us. And I did try to make it make sense. He looked like he was a good, strong safety type to me. So that's what I did with him. I made him a strong safety, and I put him in as a run support type of strong safety because he did have pretty decent numbers for like a strong safety in that regard. Looking at it for like a run support strong safety. Alex Smith, another great quarterback. He's up there definitely in the top percent of quarterbacks for sure. Went in there and got him in a position as well. I think I made him a halfback or something like that. But now we're looking at the team as it pans out, and you can see the defense was kind of tough. Some of these numbers here are pretty low for overalls in other positions. Some of them are actually looking pretty decent, like 23s and 22s for my free safety and strong safety. And Kaepernick, it's a 19 overall. Some of the higher overalls for the team. But the offense was the one that actually made the difference. It looked really good on the offensive side of it. You can go back and check that out and pause it and see that those numbers, some of those guys are actually pretty high, well, considering that's not the position they're supposed to play. But we're going to go in and we're going to play a game now here. We're going to see that the Baltimore Ravens are a 47 overall against an 82 overall Carolina Panthers. And we're going to see how this pans out for us. So going in, Blake Bortles is going to be facing against us. He's actually a quarterback, yes, and he's an 82 overall. So there are some still decent quarterbacks in the league, I'm sure. And like I said, a lot of the top ones, the 90 overalls, got picked before me. But we could take a look here for a play going on. And, yeah, quarterbacks get in there and they make the tackle. He only gets 2 yards. Yeldon carries for only 2 yards in that one. So we'll take a look and see what the Panthers stack up as they have a normal team for their offensive line and a normal team for their receivers and halfbacks. And, yeah, Bortles as their quarterback. So this is really fun. I got to tell you the truth. Here's a bit of a juke move as he kind of faked out Paxton Lynch there and got around him and scampers on down for a touchdown right away early in the first quarter. It's a touchdown for the Panthers, but you got to expect that 52-yard run. And, I mean, dude, look at this. Goes right through the hole. There's nobody there to stop him. Jukes one guy. Paxton Lynch can't recover. Turns on the afterburners, goes down the field, but here comes Kaepernick. Almost chased him down all the way. Almost got all the way there and caught up to him. If, if it was maybe 60 or 70 yards, he might have caught up to him and actually stopped him. So Kaepernick might be in a good spot there as a cornerback, or maybe we move him over to free safety or something like that so he can kind of fill in the back of the field with some speed and help us out for those kind of plays that happen that way. But anyway, we're going to get the ball now after that touchdown by the Panthers, and Carson Palmer is going to come in here and try to lead the way for his group of quarterbacks. And we're going to give the ball to B.J. Daniels, who fumbles the ball right away on his first carry, and it looks like it's going to be Carolina's ball here after that, and yeah, right away fumbles the ball. I probably didn't check his carry numbers. I probably should have checked that a little bit closer to see where it was at. I was looking at other attributes, but there's going to be a booth review on the fumble, so let's take a look at the replay here and see what happens with this one. Maybe the ground caused the fumble, possibly, and yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. They were bringing him down, and he had good grip on the ball, and the ball came loose as he hit the ground there, and it popped up onto his chest. And that's where they recovered it. So definitely was in our favor there, and we do get the ball back. So a little bit of luck on our side, I would say, even though we don't have Andrew Luck as our quarterback. But here we go with Carson Palmer trying to throw, and the route wasn't run properly by Vic, and it's intercepted and brought back down to the 16-yard line, and the Panthers have the ball in great field position. And, yeah, we're going to have to figure out this defensive situation because this is going to be tough here. But we have a first down and 10 now on the 16. We got to find a way to stop them. So here's a run play, and we do jam him up there. Brissett comes in and actually tackles the running back there for only a 2-yard gain on that play. We'll take a look here and see. Yep, we got Jacob Brissett out there who's playing for the Patriots right now and did quite well in that last game. We can see Max Castle and Paxton Lynch there right in the middle. And here's our secondary. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick as a cornerback. Who would ever thought, right? But looking pretty decent out there. So here's another run play. He gets the spin move right around the defender. And Kaepernick, again, almost chases somebody down. If he was able to recover quick enough, he would have caught him and stopped him. So I think Kaepernick might be in a good spot if we start calling the proper plays to stop the offenses being run against us. But it's 14-0 now against our quarterbacks. And we're going to go here onto offense. And we get a pass completed over the middle to Vic. And like I said, might be a good fit for us there as a wide receiver as he gets 9 yards on the play to bring it up to a 3rd down and 1. We're going to hand off here to Tony Romo, who rumbles ahead for that 1 yard and does move the chains. Tony Romo gets the 1st down. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt because he's injury prone as well, as we all know, from every season of his career. So here's Palmer, who drops back, throws it over to Davis. Austin Davis makes the catch and does pick up a few yards on the play there. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5, so he gets 5 yards on the reception. And we're going to have to do a lot of this crossing over the middle of the field kind of routes, as you see. Phillip Rivers is our center. Who would ever imagined Phil Rivers as a center in this league, right? But here's now we're still in the first quarter, and we do make the pass to Vic again, who's able to get the 1st down, but there's an injury on the play. He's down. This is what I was afraid of with Vic. He is injury prone at this stage of his career. He's much, much older now, and he's down on the turf, and he's holding his hand there or his wrist or something. So he's definitely hurt, and we're going to have to figure out what happened with him or how we're going to replace him. So we see him on the sideline there. Now he's holding his rib cage. Maybe he hurt his ribs. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too serious so we can get him back pretty quickly. But now we can see the Panthers defense here as they line up. And we got, of course, a pretty good-looking defense. Not the greatest, obviously, but it's definitely better than what ours looks like. They got Eric Weddle out there, who is one of the top safeties in the league to this point. Very, very good safety. Here we are again. We get the ball, and we throw it on 3rd down and 8 there, and they're batting it away. We're not able to complete the route there. We have Heaps, who is a quarterback, going to punt the ball now. So we're going to see how this works out. I don't know how a quarterback's going to fare in making the punt. So he boots it up. No, it gets blocked. It's picked up. Geathers grabs the ball, runs it in for a touchdown. There's nobody even near him. He gets a touchdown on that one, and that's going to make the score 21-0. So we get the ball back here now, and we get that crossing route to McCown, who makes the catch and is able to get a few yards on the play. Gets knocked and rattled a little bit. About 4 yards on the play there, bringing up a 2nd down and 6. And we're going to have to do a lot of that, I think. It's going to have to be a lot of crossing patterns and stuff over the middle, like this pass here. But he drops the ball on that one. So, yeah, you know, when you're a quarterback, you don't have the greatest hands in the world. But we do have a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty holding against the defense. And we'll take that to 1st down. 3rd down and 7 here. We're throwing again on the slant or post route. And he drops it as he's trying to turn up field before he secures the football. And quarterbacks are definitely going to make those mistakes. Here we have a 3rd down 11 now. We're into the 2nd quarter. 4 minutes left in the half. McCoy's going to be looking to throw, and he cannot hit his man. 3rd down and 11. We stop him there. It's a 4th down and 11. He caught the ball, but there was plenty of quarterbacks in the vicinity to possibly stop him before he got to the 1st down anyway. So, oh, yeah, and by the way, this is a preseason game, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to be able to see all the quarterbacks play so that we would bring in, you know, some of the 2nd and 3rd string guys that we put into place. We can see that they missed a field goal here, so our defense does the job. Our quarterback defense does the job and stops him here, and they're going to give the ball back to us with 4 minutes, a little more than 4 minutes left to play. So we get the pass, we throw it over the middle there, crossing over is Stanton, who makes the catch and turns it upfield for 12 yards and gets the 1st down and moves the chains for us. We're down now at the 48, our own 48, looking to throw again, and we hit Stanton once again, who fights his way up there to try to get that 1st down, and he gets 2nd down and inches, so he gets 10 yards on the play. We have a 2nd down and inches now, and we have Alex Smith now back there as our halfback, and he's going to take off, and he does get the inches that he needs, plus 2 yards there to get the 1st down, move the chains, and now we are on Carolina's side of the 50 here at the 49. So here's another pass play, and we throw it, and it is picked off by Demps, who cut the route and kind of played that one very well, and we get intercepted. It's going to be turnovers that kill us if it's anything that does kill us. So we got to play here, and we see that they do get the first down as they're now moving it down here with a little bit less than over a minute to play. But Kessler's going to get in there and get the sack as he comes in, and we are able to drive him back here on this one, bringing up a second down and 20. You can see him doing the little sack dance out there. That was quite comical, if you ask me. But anyway, third down and 20 now with 28 seconds left to play. I'm sure they're not looking to score. They're probably just going to run out the clock here because they do have a pretty strong lead. And we are able to get there and jam him right away to stop him and actually loses 2 yards on the play, bringing up a fourth down and 22. Here we are, first down and 10 with 16 seconds left. We're going to hand it off. Alex Smith's going to run ahead there, get a few yards, not quite the first down, but it looks like he gets about 7 yards on the play, and we'll take that. If we can get them to run 7 yards every play, like here's another one, another big run for him. We'll take that. It's a first down right there as the time runs out in the half, and Alex Smith is doing the job out there as a running back. Unbelievable, huh? Whoever expect that? You never expect that. Halftime here, 21-0 as we take a look at some of the stats here, and not too bad. They only have 11 yards passing on us. They can't throw on our quarterbacks, but they're quarterbacks, right? They should know what it looks like for the ball to be thrown. So that's probably why they're afraid to throw it, because we have a bunch of quarterbacks out there. Anyway, getting into it here, we do have the ball. We have a third down and 10 now. We're looking to throw. We get that ball way downfield, and it's going to be picked off again as we completely overthrow our receiver, and probably didn't run the right route. I'm pretty sure it was what it comes down to, but there's another pick, and it's another turnover. So now Carolina is going to get the ball here. They have a third down and inches here in this particular play, and we're going to see if we can stop him here. We do the toss, and he gets into the backfield to make the stop. That's Thompson. Gets in there and drops him for a loss, bringing up a fourth down and 4. So we get the ball back. Here's a fourth down and 2. We're not going to punt it anymore. It doesn't make any sense, so we might as well run it. And Alex Smith here cuts it back inside after going to the left and actually fights his way and pushes the pile forward to get the first down. Let's actually catch a quick replay on that one. As you can see the grittiness here as he just gets kind of stopped and then pushes forward and the pile just goes in the right direction. Third down and 10 here, looking to throw, but he gets knocked down as he throws, and that brings up a fourth down and 10. And we're going to go for it because, like I said, punting is just useless. But here we go. There's another pick up there, and it's actually probably better for us. It probably got further down the field than the punt would have, so we'll take that as kind of like our punt. We'll probably do that from now on, just throw them way downfield as part of our fourth downs because punting is not going to work for us. So anyway, here's another defensive play. He does fight his way for 7 yards to get the first down on that play as he kind of got held up a little bit and was tough to bring down, but we finally do bring him down after he gets the first down. So here's a second down and 4. Play action, looking to throw, looking to find his man. Can't find anybody. Has all day to throw. Nobody's getting through. Finally, somebody breaks through. He throws the ball, and we pick it off. Quarterback pick. Picks off the quarterback. That is Morris right there who makes the pick. Unbelievable as he came in there and cut that pass route and kind of just read the whole play the whole way and makes the interception. So second down 10 here in the fourth quarter. It's our ball. We do complete the pass there to, I think that's Berkovici is his name, and he makes the catch on that crossing route. So we have a third down and 1 here with 3 minutes left to play. Trying to learn a few things here. Alex Smith gets the ball, makes a nice run up field as he gets the first down and much more on the play, probably about 10 or 12 yards there, if I'm not mistaken. But he's got 8 carries for 39 yards and a 4.8 average. We'll take that. If we can do that for reals, that would be amazing. Here is Berkovici again, who makes the catch on that crossing route and picks up a nice gain on that one, getting us down to the 22-yard line and a first down for this quarterback Baltimore Raven team. And there is another pickoff at the 2-yard line, right at the goal line. We get another interception as the Panthers get in there. They're gonna dominate us in that fact. The turnovers are what's gonna kill us in this, folks. So that'll pretty much do it here as they get the victory formation going, and they put the knee down there for the quarterback, and that'll do it. Final score is 21-0. But here's a little bit of a moral victory. They scored all 21 points in the first quarter, and we were able to come around and stop them. Did a pretty decent job after that, and they did not throw the ball often. Only threw the ball 6 times. They ran it a lot. I guess by that point they had the lead that they needed, so there was really no point in throwing the ball and trying to, force mistakes. They did throw an interception after all. to one of our quarterbacks. But Bergovici here got 5 catches for 48 yards, and Stanton had 4 for 39, and Mike Vick got hurt. We're going to have to try to figure out what happened with him and what that's going to mean for us. But here's Brett Hundley, who got 6 tackles total for us, playing that strong safety spot, looking pretty good. That was probably a good place to put him. But one of the things I wanted to show off here was the actual stats. Yeah, it was 21-0. Most of it was turnovers. But look at our total offense, 153 to their 113. They had a lot of yards running, but I guess, like I said, they had such a lead that they were probably trying to run the clock down and get possession in that regard. They only got 2 first downs, 14 passing yards, and 9 first downs for us. We had 67 kick return yards, 220 total yards. We had 5 turnovers, which is what's going to kill us here. So I'll have to figure out a way to kind of play it a little cleaner to not get so many turnovers is what it comes down to. But we led time of possession as well over the Carolina Panthers. And we see that Kellen Moore here is out for 23 weeks with a broken fibula. Wish I had known that when I went to draft him, but whatever. It is what it is. And we're going to go put him on the IR so that we can go pick up somebody else. So here's the deal. What should we do, folks? Should we go out and get ourselves a kicker so that we can at least kick normally? Just pick up any kind of kicker who can punt and kick for us. Just one player to go out and do both, so we don't look so embarrassed when it comes down to 4th down and I don't want to have to throw the ball down the field and make it look absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one, folks. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out with me as we do some fantasy draft follies with all quarterbacks on the team. If you want me to continue the series, let me know. Leave a like, and I will do so. Leave your comments as well. Let me know what you're thinking about this whole thing. Quite hilarious, if you ask me. But I'll see you around the channel, and goodbye now.